She says that someone came into her room last night and touched her.
And did she recognise this person at all?
Oh, yes. It was the devil.
She's left you, mate, so you get angry.
I don't want to get angry with her.
There's nothing wrong with anger. It's an important emotion.
All I saw was a mask. Like the devil.
A 12-year-old girl was assaulted there last night, Graham.
Well, it wasn't bloody me.
Anthony, did you assault Vera Pownell 2 nights ago at the Holy Trinity retirement home?
No.
Did you assault Margaret Fowler?
No.
We know about the very public nature of your marriage breakdown. I understand that could make you very resentful towards women.
What exactly are you trying to suggest?
There's been another attack on Patricia Swamy from 12 Barramunga Court.
That's Graham Swamy's wife.
She's badly concussed. He must have hit her pretty hard.
I know these men. I know their problems. In fact, I share some of their problems myself. But the whole point of the group is to channel anger in non-violent ways.
I found this underneath the seat of Mr. Swamy's van.
I really can't understand how I could have been so wrong.
Well, it was dark. It was too dark to give an accurate description. But he was wearing a devil's mask and gloves. It's the same MO. It has to be Swamy.
It'll be hell to pay if they've let him out. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't swear to it. He was medium build. He was pretty solid. He gave me a fair whack.
All right. You'll get witness statements from the both of you as soon as you feel up to it.
Well, why not now?
Because you're both off to the hospital now to be checked up.
He forced the back door. Probably left the same way.
No sign? Any word on Swamy?
No, not yet. I'll get Falcon Price to organise some extra patrols in the area. Stuart, could you run these two down to the hospital?
Sure.
Oh, thanks anyway, Ben, but we'll drive ourselves.
No, you won't. You've been through enough for one night.
Right,
Just let
thanks,
yourself be chauffeured.
Swamy's still in St David's lockup.
Are they sure?
Yeah, they're sure.
Great, so there's somebody else out there doing this and we don't know who it is. It's just terrific.
What are you doing here?
No, I just woke up early, thought I'd drop by.
Oh, well, I'm just doing the early morning rounds.
So what are you saying? The attack on Maggie was a copycat?
Unless Swamy was the copycat. What? Think about it. The assault on his wife. The one that we can definitely put down to Swamy. What was a completely different MO. Now, he attacked his wife in the kitchen in broad daylight. All the other attacks happened at night in their bedrooms.
So you think he read about the masked attacker and thought, hello, this is a perfect way to get back at the missus?
Hell of a way to get back at someone.
Well, there's no love lost there.
What a charmer, huh? What, so we're back to square one? We're still looking for the original attacker?
So.
Right, you'd better re-interview all the other victims, see if we've missed something.
I'll give you a hand, huh?
No, you won't. You've got to give your statement. So have you, McKinley. Stuart, you can help CI.
I suppose there's no point in arguing, is there?
No, none at all.
Hey, Margaret. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay? Now, you said all that you saw was the mask that the man was wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to get Senior Constable Stewart to show you a mask. And can you tell me if that's the one you saw?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Not the one?
No.
But it's like the one you described. It's a devil's mask.
It's not the same one.
How can you tell?
Well, these are silver and the others were gold.
You're absolutely sure about that, are you, Margaret?
Yeah. And the colours on the face were different. They were kind of red.
Bright fire engine red with small horns. I'm not sure what colour they were. But when I went to push him away, I felt the mask and the features on it, they were pointy. There was a kind of a sharp chin and nose and horns.
Anything else?
No, not that I can remember, no.
All right, we'll get the description off. We should have a face fit back soon.
Good. What then?
We'll get the face fit. We show it to the others.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help, Mr. Harding, but
Well, you could come and speak to Senior Sergeant Croydon.
Journalists?
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
but he hasn't told them
thank you
anything.
very
We
much.
shouldn't be speaking to them at all. They didn't want to speak to me.
Oh, he already has. He was just hoping someone might slip up and give him something to print. Not his lucky day.
How'd you go?
Well, she ID'd the face fit, but not Swamey's mask. Same as Maggie and Margaret Fowler.
So Swamey's in the clear on 3 counts.
But he's still guilty of assaulting his wife.
Yes.
All right, I think we need to look at Summer Hayes and this men's group. Now, that's got to be the common link.
No, not necessarily. Not now that Swamey's out of the picture. I mean, we've got to keep our options wide open.
Such as?
Well, in Vera Pownell's case, the staff at the nursing home, anyone else who might have had access to her room.
We need to look at the vicar. My boy, he's not kosher.
You don't know that, PJ.
You thought he was sus from the start.
Yeah, OK, so I've changed my mind. Look, our options are open, so let's just look at the facts.
All right, well, let's look at the facts. And the facts are that all the attacks had something to do with the church, right? Now, the nursing home is run by the church. The Swameys and the Fowlers are parishioners there.
So where do I fit into the picture?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Yes, I'll give you a list of everyone who worked in the home. That'll be easy.
Yeah, the last 6 months.
And any regular visitors, too?
Yes, of course.
Hey, guys. Listen, I heard about what happened to Maggie. Could you let her know that if she needs anything, I mean, she must be pretty freaked.
No, she's fine. Thanks, Alex.
Pass it on, though. Thanks for that.
Okay,
Alex is staying with me for a short while.
No, you often put up young blokes, do you, Reverend?
No. This is quite unusual. Alex is having a few problems at home.
Oh, girlfriend trouble, that sort of thing.
No, nothing like that. He lives with his aunt. Well, she's a fine woman, but a bit set in her ways, you know?
So can we have that list?
Yes, follow me.
We're looking for a link between Maggie and the church, right?
A minor disagreement, that's all. Alex is a young man, and these things happen.
Well, what exactly was the disagreement about, Miss Prentice?
I don't really know. You know how these things can start from nothing? Might have been about the washing up. Alex is terribly lazy about the housework.
Was Alex with you last night, all night?
What's all this about?
Well, if you wouldn't mind answering the question, please.
Yes, he was here, with me. And then this morning he packed his bag and went to stay with Reverend Summerhays.
How'd you feel about that?
I'm understandably upset, but I don't expect it will be a long separation. At least I hope not.
Well, why do you say that, Miss Prentice?
Let's just say the vicar's ideas about sex are somewhat liberal.
In what way?
I don't think that's a suitable discussion for a lady, do you?
Miss Prentice, are you aware of the recent attacks on women in Mount Thomas of late?
Isn't everyone? I thought you arrested someone.
Yeah, well, we've had to reconsider in the light of new evidence.
And you're looking for a new suspect?
We're just trying to eliminate possibilities. That's all.
Routine inquiries, as you say.
That's right, yes.
Well, you can discount Alex, if that's what you're getting at. I mean, apart from the fact he's just not that sort of person. You must know that he was on duty the night of the first attack at the nursing home, and also the night the little girl was assaulted.
And you're absolutely certain that he was here with you last night?
I believe I have already answered that question.
Something about it bugs me. She knew exactly where Alex had been on the nights of the previous attacks.
Yeah, of course she does. They live together. She'd know his shifts.
We need to look at Alex Prentice's movements on the nights of those attacks.
Alex Prentice, he's a suspect now, is he?
Well, it could be.
Well, he's a nice kid, he's a bit of a flirt, but I don't understand why.
Maggie, he hangs around the church and he knows you.
Got to check him out, Maggie. We've got a list of names from visitors and staff from the nursing home. Do you want to see if you recognise any?
Yeah.
Falcon Price is hovering over this. All calls from the press are now to go straight to him.
Oh, you would do anything to get his head in the paper,
Yes, well,
wouldn't
he's
he?
going to be very busy. This is creating a lot of attention.
Yeah, because people are worried.
Yes, I know they are. I just wish the journos would be a bit constructive instead of whipping everybody into a frenzy.
What you got?
Oh, well, I finally got hold of the lady over the road, Mrs. Branston. She thinks she saw a car outside our place sort of hanging around about the right time.
Description?
She thinks it was brown, possibly Toronto.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be too hard to trace.
I'll check it out, boss.
What are your plans for tonight?
Wait, is that a bit of an offer?
I just want to make sure you're not alone.
She won't be. I'll be there. You got a date. You can wait. I'm sorry.
Oh, Dash, you should take your date. I mean, you mightn't get another one in a hurry.
Oh, thanks very much.
Now, I'll take the first shift.
Okay.
Mags, do you think there's any chance that Dash will stay over at a date's place?
Not likely. It's somebody that Brother Charlie set her up with.
It's a pity. Hey, I'll get that. You rest, okay?
I'm not an invalid.
Well, I never said you were.
No. But you've been fussing around me all day and I'm sick of it.
Mags, I'm just trying to find the person responsible.
Yeah, and indulging in a bit of good old-fashioned male
What are you
posturing while you're
talking
at
about?
it.
Somebody breaks into your room, tries to rape you. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, and I'm trying to tell you that you're not helping by running around thumping your chest.
What are you saying?
You're bullying Alex Prentice. Do you really think that he's a suspect?
Yes, I do.
It's me again. How did it feel? Did it turn you on to share your bed with the devil, feeling himself rub himself upon you? Did it? Did it turn you on to share your bed with the devil, feeling himself rub himself upon you? Did that make you hot too,
You all right?
Maggie?
I'm okay.
You recognise the voice?
No.
So, the envelope just came with your ordinary mail.
Mm-hmm.
This bloke's a real sicko.
You're bloody confident with it.
Would you just play that last line again, will you?
Well, what is it?
Did that make you hot too, Maggie?
Right, okay, now, hear that noise? There's a noise there, the two Maggie.
You could have bumped the tape recorder.
You know, if you did that, you'd think that it'd make a louder noise. No, you're right, there's something there.
Which is something a bit more we could...
No, you don't be guessing. Let's get this analysed for background sound.
Take a look at this. Guess who owns a brown Tirana?
Yes, that's my car. Actually, it belongs to the church, but what's all this about?
Well, a vehicle answering this description was seen outside Acting Sergeant Doyle's house last night when she was attacked.
Surely you don't think that's got
Were
anything
you
to
out
do-
in your car last night?
No, I wasn't.
So you're saying that you were nowhere near Sergeant Doyle's house?
Of course not. This is absurd.
Then you wouldn't mind if we searched your car there?
Oh, for goodness sake.
So we can get a warrant. Thanks, Reverend.
PJ.
What have you got there?
Well, it's definitely not the parish magazine, Reverend.
I have no idea where those came from.
Well, what were you hoping, that Sergeant Doyle was going to pose in something like this?
No.
They turn you on, do they? These S&M
they
magazines?
do
They're
not.
pretty hardcore, aren't they?
They do not belong
All right,
to me.
so what were they doing in your car?
Someone must have put them
Who?
there. I don't know. I give lifts to lots of people. It's part of my parish
The
duties.
part of your parish duties include taking photographs of people,
No, they do
spying on
not.
them.
Ben.
Who else has access to your car, Reverend?
Alex Prentice?
Look, the keys hang in the vestry. Anyone can use it if they've a mind to. The parishioners, staff at the home. Mrs. Gilmore uses it to deliver the newsletter.
Okay. Perhaps if you could just tell us exactly what you were doing last night.
And I did tell you I was at home.
Alone?
Yes. Look, I am a minister of religion. I'm not interested in pornography. I'm certainly not a sex fiend.
You don't like the guy. We both know that.
It's really sucked you in, hasn't he?
What are you talking about?
All this men's group, Ben, all this touchy-feely stuff.
You don't know what you're saying. It's got nothing to do with that.
So what are you talking about? You know, letting your feelings out? Now, this bloke is more than angry. He's bloody dangerous.
But that doesn't mean that Summerhaze has got anything to do with it.
Porno mags, photos of Maggie
All right,
in
okay,
his
no,
car.
let's just assume for a second that the Reverend has got an interest in pornography. He's not stupid. He's not going to keep the stuff in his car when everybody else drives it, is he?
All right. Let's say he's not guilty.
he's protecting someone. Let me talk to him.
Don't you believe in the power of redemption, then?
What I believe is irrelevant. Now, if you are covering for someone, the best thing that you could do for them is hand them into the authorities before anything worse happens.
So they can go to prison?
Yes.
You really think that's a solution?
Yes, I do. Whoever is doing this needs to be taken off the streets.
And then released sometime later, a lesser person and probably likely to do even worse crimes.
The person you're protecting needs help.
I didn't say that I was protecting anyone. I was speaking hypothetically.
But a hypothetical is not walking around the streets of Mount Thomas attacking women and children. Now, if you are protecting somebody,
I
Reverend,
didn't
then...
say
I said
that
if, then you could be charged. Now, how could you live with yourself if this person offends worse than he has done?
If someone came to me and had repented and they were seriously trying to fight temptation...
If you are trying to protect
then how
somebody...
could I betray that person and pass them over to a system that believes in locking them up with a whole load of other people who, just like him, are utterly without hope?
We are trying to protect innocent people.
And I am trying... I would be trying to save a soul.
No, sorry, Reverend. This man is evil and dangerous.
That's the difference between us, Ben.
I want an answer.
If you just take a seat...
I'll stand.
I'll grab Senior Sergeant.
What seems to be the problem?
It says here that Graham Swaney has been released. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
I have a little girl who can't sleep because of what that bastard did to her. Now, what's he doing out on the streets?
Mrs. Fowler, why don't you come through to my office for a moment? You too, Sergeant Doyle.
I expect the police to protect us, not let criminals loose.
We did have a suspect, Mrs. Fowler, but he's been eliminated from our inquiries. He wasn't the man who attacked your daughter.
Are you sure about
Yes,
that,
we
are you?
are sure. Look, we are doing everything we can to find who's responsible for these attacks.
Do you know who it is?
We're following leads.
Well, I'm sorry, but you don't exactly inspire
We are
confidence,
doing
you know?
everything we can. Every avenue is being investigated.
No, listen to me. If you're not prepared to do something about this, there are other people who will.
Mrs. Fowler, vigilante action is never the
You
answer.
had someone and you let him go.
Because
now you can
he
explain back to my
wasn't the
daughter.
attacker.
She can't sleep, she can't eat, she won't turn the light off, she just lies there all night, worried sick that this monster is going to come creeping into her house, into her room, and do it all again.
Mrs. Fowler, I understand how Margaret feels.
How could you possibly understand?
Because I was attacked by the same man.
Oh, God. Oh.
Do you think it might help Margaret if I talk to her?
I don't know. I've kept her safe for so long and now this...
Mrs. Fowler, we will catch this man.
Your mate knows who's doing this, and he's not going to fess up on moral grounds. No, listen, and so there's some Fruit Loop out there molesting old ladies and little girls.
He's not my mate, and I don't like it any more than you do.
You are still defending
If you think I agree with him, you're wrong. Now, I happen to have been looking at the other alibis that Alex Prentice gave us for the night of the other two attacks.
And?
Well, they're not watertight. His auntie could have been lying, and he reckons that he was at work when the other two attacks happened.
So he could have been anywhere in the district at the time.
Exactly.
What did the Ambo say?
Well, he was on his way home from jobs at the time of each of the attacks, but his route from the hospital could have taken him right past where both of the attacks occurred.
It's not watertight. Thanks for coming in, Alex.
That's okay. You don't really think that Robin's been attacking these women, do you?
Oh, we're just talking with Reverend Summerhouse at this stage, Alex.
So what can I do for you?
Oh, we just need to clarify a couple of things, Alex. Now, you moved in to Reverend Summerhaze's place after a fight with your aunt, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
What was the fight about?
Well, nothing really. Just figured it was time to spread my wings, you know.
What, by moving in with a parish priest?
Yeah, he offered.
Don't you have any mates you can live with?
Yes, I do, but I don't want to impose.
What, you didn't mind imposing on the Reverend?
Like I said, he offered. Look, what's this about?
Oh, it's just routine inquiries, Alex.
How's it that the Reverend came to offer you a place to stay?
I told him I was having some troubles with my aunt and I needed a place to stay. He offered me a room at the vicarage till I found somewhere more permanent.
Alex. You like Sergeant Doyle, don't you?
Yeah, she's nice.
You ever thought of asking her out?
Maybe.
What are you worried about, that she's going to knock you back?
No.
You ever take any photographs of it?
No.
You ever watched her without her knowledge?
No, I haven't. Look, I don't have to sit here and take
No,
this.
no, Alex, you don't, but we'd like you to.
See, what we'd like to know is what a young bloke like yourself is doing living with a local vicar.
I told you already.
Reverend Summerhays has retained my services on behalf of Alex Prentice. Is Mr. Prentice here?
Yes, he is.
Then I'd like to see him.
He's in the interview room. I'll show you through.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Robin.
Were you scared?
Yeah, it was. I was really scared. Whoever did this is a real coward. Because he snuck into our houses at night and he hid behind a silly mask. And when I confronted him, he ran away.
I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him too. But I think we're allowed to.
The thought of him just makes me want to vomit.
And I felt really lonely because everybody, they tried to say the right thing and they tried to protect me, but they don't understand.
No one does.
But you and I do.
Grab the table quick, I'll get the drinks.
Trust me, they're a good bunch. They'll find me.
Mrs. Fowler. Hi. How's Margaret?
Well, Sergeant Dorr tried to help, but she's still pretty scared.
Don't worry, we're doing everything we can.
Got any suspects?
Oh, yeah, we're talking to a few people.
What, Reverend Summerhays? I mean, I saw him down the station.
Oh, no, he was just down there helping somebody.
Who?
No one.
Thanks.
You been all right?
Yeah, fine.
We went through Reverend Summerhays' place like a dose of salt. Absolutely nothing.
Anything incriminating Alex?
Zilch. And we can't get a warrant to search his auntie's place either.
We'll get him eventually, eh?
Yeah. Meanwhile, someone's going to have to stick around here and make sure that you're okay.
There is Dash.
Well, I've got that covered, Ben.
I was thinking I might stick around and cook you some dinner, Maggie, since you can't go out
I'm
anywhere.
way ahead of you.
Eh?
Yeah.
Well, you about to open a tin of something, were you? Eh?
Well, hey, I'm renowned for my lasagna.
Oh, the famous Lebanese lasagna. I've heard all about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Dash.
Yeah, just in time. PJ's going to cook us dinner.
Oh, lovely.
Hope you're hungry.
Hey, it's PJ's cooking.
I've got to admit, that doesn't look too bad, mate.
Very hot, so be careful,
Shall
right?
I? All right.
Yeah,
Good.
good on you.
Great.
Thank you. I'm looking
Good
forward to
choice,
this.
PJ.
Guys, have as much as you like. There's plenty there.
PJ?
I know, I'll take
Oh,
mine.
okay.
You get a minute.
Go.
Did you use a bit of salt in this, did you, mate?
Oh, yeah. It's Lebanese style.
I'll
Good.
get us some water.
No, it's all right. I'll get it. You stay there.
And bring a bit of salt while you're up there, mate. If there's any left.
Oh, Ben. It's okay, I'll handle it. Oi, you!
Reverend?
Reverend Summerhays, now what were you doing outside Sergeant Doyle's house
Are
tonight?
you charging me with
Just
anything?
answer the question, please.
I was out for a walk.
In Sergeant Doyle's front yard.
I didn't know it was her front yard.
Well, whose did you think it
I
was?
didn't think it was anyone's.
Did you get that black eye?
I don't know.
Your latest victim fight back?
It's no victim. I haven't done anything wrong.
Terrific. Then where did you get it?
Perhaps it was when you arrested me.
So are you suggesting that I manhandled you, that I assaulted you in any way?
No. I am just trying to point out that I don't know how I got it. You've no right to question me like this. I was out on private business.
In Sergeant Doyle's front yard. You see, sir, what we are trying to ascertain here for the tape is why you were there and what you're hiding.
Who was with you, Reverend? A neighbour saw a man running down the street just before Detective Hasham found you.
I've nothing more to say.
Right. You'll be charged with being unlawfully on premises. Senior Constable?
Reverend Summerhays. You don't really believe that Summer Hayes is responsible for these attacks, do you?
Not just because we found him with photographs of Maggie and he was prowling around on a property.
Yeah, all right, doesn't look too good.
Mate, that is the understatement of the year.
I just don't think that he's that stupid. And secondly, it's not his go. I mean, you saw how he clammed up when we mentioned that there was another bloke outside Maggie's place.
Oh. So you still reckon he's coupled with someone?
Yeah, I do. Maybe he's just lost control of the situation. Now, he knows that this bloke's got a thing against Maggie, right? So he follows him to her place. There's a scuffle. Summer Hayes gets biffed, and then this other bloke runs off.
That's when I turn up.
Exactly.
So our man is still out there roaming free as a bird.
Oh, I don't think we should pop in and see if Alex Prentice is safely propped up in bed. Looks like we've got company.
Yeah. Who's this?
Mrs. Fowler. What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for that animal.
I'll check the vicarage.
He's not there. Alex Prentice? You would have found him. He's the one who attacked my Margaret, isn't he?
Well, he hasn't been charged yet, so we don't know that he's responsible.
You've been questioning him, though, haven't you? I was down at the station the same time he was.
Well, a lot of people go to the police station. Doesn't mean that they're guilty of anything.
I know it was him. Otherwise, why are you here?
Mrs. Fowler, I really understand your problem, but please go home and let us handle this. Thank you very much.
Will you make sure you handle it well? Because this town has had just about enough.
Well, there's no sign of him.
Put a lookout for Alex Prentice. I'll head over to Mags.
Well, you're going to leave me here in the middle of nowhere, are you?
Well, we'll get Lawson to help you.
All right, I'll toss you for it.
You got everything you need?
Well, not everything.
All right, here we go.
Right.
I just thought I'd bring you this in case you got cold. Oh, that's thoughtful of
Thanks,
you.
Dash.
Oh. Okay, good night. Yeah, night.
Good night.
Dropped off.
Thanks, Mrs. Easton.
I trust you latecomers had a pleasant sleep in.
Well, we were sort of on duty all night.
So were Lawson and Stewart, more than sort of, in much less comfortable surroundings. I noticed they made it on time.
Hold on, Jack. Mrs. Easton?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Don't bother. The suspected prowler turned out to be a brother-in-law, came around to mow the lawn.
You're getting twitchy out there.
Can you blame them? Mrs. Fowler, thanks for coming in so promptly. Please, take a seat.
Is this about last night?
I understand how you feel, Mrs. Fowler.
I don't think you do.
We want to catch this man as much as you do, believe me, but we have to do it within the bounds of the law.
Look, my daughter's in danger. All I'm trying to do is protect her.
That's what we're trying to do too. But it's not up to you, or us for that matter, to decide who's guilty.
So what are you saying to me? You're saying Alex Prentice isn't guilty?
What I'm trying to make clear to you is that your interference could not only put you in danger, but it could jeopardise our investigation.
So he is guilty then?
How did you arrive at this conclusion?
Well, I saw him here yesterday with Reverend Summerhays, and then last night at the Imperial I bumped into your Constable Lawson, is it?
Yeah, and then you pin this one to those.
And send them off to Evanley.
Doing well.
Lawson! My office.
Oopsie, you spoke too soon.
Oh, is that right? Don't worry about it, Jacko. Yeah, thanks for that. I'll pass it on.
PJ, so you're sure that he wasn't at his aunt's place?
Not for 2 days, she reckons. Well, at least he hasn't skipped town. That was the ambulance station. You fancy a drive? Alex Prentice has just turned up for work.
Hey, Alex.
What can I do for you guys?
Who were you last night, Alex?
Why, what's happened?
Your friend the Vicar's got a black eye.
Oh, really? Is he all right?
You know anything about that?
Spent the night at my aunt's house. I didn't see Robin last night.
Funny, she hasn't seen you for a couple of days.
Oh, well, I went out and had a few drinks. I didn't want her to spring me, so I, snuck in.
And you snuck out again this morning, did you?
Yeah, that's right. Didn't want her asking questions.
About what?
While I was back, stuff like that.
You still staying at the Vicar's?
Oh, I haven't made up my mind.
Did you have a fight with him last night?
No, I told you.
Then how come you moved back to your auntie's?
Look, Robin can get a little bit preachy, that's all. I felt like a night off.
Where'd you have these few drinks?
I was on my own. Needed to get away to think.
About?
Personal stuff. Nothing you'd be interested in.
You know Prentice is guilty, I know he's guilty, but where is our proof?
Well, we keep tabs on him till he makes a mistake. Look, we got no fingerprints, he wears a mask.
What, you want to watch him for 24 hours a day?
Yes, if I have to. Listen, I don't like the way he's focusing on Maggie now. He was there last night. This will be the first time he's gone back to the same victim twice.
PJ, we just got an anonymous call. It's the same voice that's on the tape. He said he's sorry. He didn't mean to hurt Mrs. Fellows. He's done it again.
Oh, PJ. Mrs. Fellows? Can you hear me at all? Are you all right?
There's nobody at home at the vicarage, and his auntie Eleanor hasn't seen him for at least 2 days.
You checked, I hope?
Yes. Yeah, searched the whole place, even the shed out the back.
All right, yeah. We've organised a unit to keep a lookout for the ambulance.
And, boss, he's into metalwork. What? Alex, I saw the tools there, and I don't think they belong to Eleanor.
Right, thank you.
Well, my Uncle Max is into metal.
Okay, thank you
You
very
don't
much.
say.
Bye-bye. Boss, Alex did have a pickup at Mrs. Fellows this morning. He confirmed his arrival there, but they haven't heard from him since, so they're going to keep an eye out. And when he contacts them, they'll get in touch with us.
I don't think there's much chance of that, do you?
I still have trouble believing that Alex did this.
I think it's safe to assume that he's capable of anything.
I told him I'd get my rug, and he followed me, and
It's all right, Mrs. Fellows. You just take your time.
he touched me on the. I pushed him away. I must have hit my head because I don't remember anything else, so I woke up here.
Mrs. Fellows, now, this is just to be perfectly clear. Did you know the person that attacked you?
Oh, yes. It was the young man who drives me to hospital for my treatment. Alex Prentice.
Right, Margaret, I'm sure everything's fine. Let us know what they want you
Boss?
to do.
Found a witness, the neighbour. She said she saw the ambulance pull up outside Mrs. Fellow's place and the driver go in.
Mrs. Fellows has just ID'd Alex Prentice.
Yeah, there's something else you should know. She said she saw a car hanging around, a silvery blue Skyline.
Well, Jill Fowler's got one of those.
I've just spoken to Margaret Fowler. Her mum was supposed to pick her up at her grandmother's house 2 hours ago. She hasn't turned up.
What's she up to? I don't know, but they could be anywhere by now.
All right, let's see if the Reverend can shed any light on Alex's whereabouts.
OK, Reverend, you said you wanted proof, now you've got it. Or are you calling Mrs. Fellows a liar?
I really never thought it would ever come to this. He seemed very sincere in his desire to reform, you know.
Where is he, Reverend?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know. He always said he couldn't get any privacy at his aunt's. I think there's a special place that he goes to.
Well, where is it?
He never told me.
If you're not telling us the truth, you could be putting Jill Fowler's life at risk. I hope you realise that. Well, we have reason to believe that she's gone after Alex
She
Prentice.
could be in serious danger. Now, if you have any information at all...
No, I don't. I wish I did. I just want him caught.
Well, that's what we've wanted all along, Reverend.
I don't know where Alex is. Why don't you ask the vicar?
We already have. He couldn't be specific. He just talked of a special place.
I blame Summer Hayes for this. Putting all those fancy
Miss
ideas...
Prentice, it is vitally important that we find your nephew.
Well, he just disappears sometimes. He's never seen fit to tell me where.
Have you
got any idea where he might have gone?
Really? But it's somewhere filthy dirty, judging from the state of his clothing.
Miss Prentice, did Alex make these?
Why do you ask?
I noticed the welding gear out the back.
Well, have you got any idea where that might have come from?
How would I know? He often comes back with bits and pieces. Alex has always been a magpie.
Well, I think Auntie Eleanor would have preferred something shopboard, just quietly.
So where's the metal coming from? This special place of his, do you think?
I don't know. Foundry, maybe?
Disused factory, maybe.
Boss, do we have a copy of the tape that he sent me?
Maggie, it's me again. How did it feel?
There it is, listen.
Did it turn you on to share your bed with the devil, feeling himself
Try.
run himself?
Yeah, I think it is.
You think his special place is on the railway line?
The old railway workshop. There's plenty of metal there.
Yeah, all right, gear up. Let's see if we can flush him out. Not you, Doyle.
Boss, Jill Fowler could be in a lot of danger.
So could you,
And I'm the
Mags.
one person that she trusts.
That's Jill Fowler's car. Where is she?
Special place must be around here somewhere. All right, you two stay here and keep an eye out for Jill.
Okay, boss, we'll keep you informed. Can you hear that? Go and take a look.
Easy. What's going on? Since when do they send in the SWAT team for graffiti?
Okay, relax. I know what you want. Just calm down. Look, I don't know even who you are. Look, just relax, please.
Police, don't move.
Help me. Did you help my daughter, you bastard?
Jill, put down the gun.
Oh, why should I do that?
I didn't mean to hurt your little girl.
You snuck into her room in the middle of the night. You touched her. She's going to have nightmares for the rest of her life because of you, you filthy bastard. Disgusting,
Jill,
pathetic.
you don't have to do this.
Oh, I have
No,
to do
you
this,
don't.
all right.
We have
Someone
enough
has
evidence
to
get
do it.
Jill, we have enough evidence to get a conviction on him.
2 years, 3
Jill,
years, that's all.
Trust me, Margaret trusts you. If you put a bullet in him, who's going to look after her? Tell me that. Who's going to look after your daughter? You're going to let someone else do it to her?
He stole my childhood. He stole my child.
Just give me the gun. Give me the gun. That's it, that's it. Come on. Good, good. You're so Dash, cuff him. I don't want to touch him. Turn around. Turn around now! Put your hands out to the side! You are not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence against you. Just shut up. Just shut up. Leave it. It's over. It's over. Come on, let's go.
You right, Dash?
I'm fine.
She was going to shoot me. That woman's crazy.
You right, Max?
I'm fine. Get him out of our sight. Get him out of here.
Come on with pleasure. Come on.
Well done.
Okay.
Keep walking and get him out of here.
I didn't mean to hurt Mrs. Fellows. She misunderstood my intentions.
You pushed her over, son. Did she
No.
misunderstand that?
She was going for me, so I put up my arm like that, and she must have lost her balance, that's all.
Mrs. Pownall and little Margaret Fowler.
I don't know anything about them.
Work.
Senior Constable Stewart's just entered the room to
Did
confirm
the
with
victims
Detective Nash.
identify?
Yeah, both of them did.
Thanks. Alex Prentice, do you own this devil's mask? Well, we found it in your ambulance.
Ben, there's someone here to see you.
Right. Reverend Summerhays, if you've come to see Alex Prentice, I'm sorry, you're wasting your time.
No, I don't want to see him. I wondered if I could have a word with you. This has all been very humiliating for me.
What is it, Reverend?
I think I started all this.
Don't flatter yourself.
No, I mean it. Before any of this happened, Alex came to me and he told me about what he called his black thoughts. He said that they had been troubling him for a long time, but now he was frightened they were going to take hold.
So instead of sending him for treatment, you decided to counsel him for yourself?
No, I'm afraid it is worse than that. I told him, often what we fear the most is an artificial construct of the mind, and that he should trust himself, release his feelings, let himself go.
So, why are you telling me all this?
It weighs on my conscience.
If you want forgiveness, Reverend, you've come to the wrong place. We deal with retribution here. You've got someone else to answer to.
Are you sure?
Well, she's off duty tomorrow and she's been looking forward to this concert for weeks. I can promise you she was not coming home tonight.
Last-minute cancellation?
Well, after last time, I've checked the papers and it's still on.
Acts of God?
Well, the forecast for Melbourne is fine, mild and sunny.
Well, if Dash isn't here to protect you, I guess I'll have to do it myself.
Sounds good.
Mind you, it's not very comfortable on this couch.
No, it's much too hard on your back. Hey, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
No, but I mean, I'm really hungry. I want to eat something.
Well, I got some lasagna. I could heat that up.
I was thinking that maybe we should go out and eat.
You don't like my lasagna, do you?
Of course I do.
She says that someone came into her room last night and touched her.
And did she recognise this person at all?
Oh, yes, it was the devil.
She's left you, mate, so you get angry. I don't want to get angry with her.
There's nothing wrong with anger. It's an important emotion.
All I saw was a mask. Like the devil.
A 12-year-old girl was assaulted there last night, Graham.
Well, it wasn't bloody me.
Anthony, did you assault Vera Pownell 2 nights ago at the Holy Trinity Retirement Home?
No.
Did you assault Margaret Fowler?
No.
We know about the very public nature of your marriage breakdown. I understand that could make you very resentful towards women.
What exactly are you trying to suggest?
There's been another attack on Patricia Swamey from 12 Barramunger Court.
That's Graham Swamey's wife.
She's badly concussed. He must have hit her pretty hard.
I know these men. I know their problems. In fact, I share some of their problems myself. But the whole point of the group is to channel anger in non-violent ways.
I found this underneath the seat of Mr. Swamey's van.
I really can't understand how I could have been so wrong.
Well, it was dark. It was too dark to give an accurate description. But he was wearing a devil's mask and gloves. It's the same MO. It has to be Swamey.
Be hell to pay if they've let him out. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't swear to it. He was medium build. He was pretty solid. He gave me a fair whack.
All right. You'll get witness statements from the both of you as soon as you feel up to it.
Well, why not now?
Because you're both off to the hospital now to be checked up.
He forced the back door. Probably left the same way.
No sign? Any word on Swamey?
No, not yet. I'll get Falcon Price to organise some extra patrols in the area. Stuart, could you run these two down to the hospital?
Sure.
Oh, thanks anyway, Ben, but we'll drive ourselves.
No, you won't. You've been through enough for one night.
Right,
Just let
thanks,
yourself be chauffeured.
Swamey's still in St David's lockup.
Are they sure?
Yeah, sure.
Great, so there's somebody else out there doing this and we don't know who it is. It's just terrific.
What are you doing here?
No, I just woke up early, thought I'd drop by.
Oh, well, I'm just doing the early morning rounds.
So what are you saying? The attack on Maggie was a copycat?
Unless Swamey was the copycat. What? Think about it. The assault on his wife. The one that we can definitely put down to Swamey. What was a completely different MO. Now, he attacked his wife in the kitchen in broad daylight. All the other attacks happened at night in their bedrooms.
So you think he read about the masked attacker and thought, hello, this is a perfect way to get back at the missus?
Hell of a way to get back at someone.
Well, there's no love lost there.
What a charmer, huh?
What, so we're back to square one? We're still looking for the original attacker?
So.
Right, you'd better re-interview all the other victims, see if we've missed something.
I'll give you a hand, huh?
No, you won't. You've got to give your statement. So have you, McKinley. Stuart, you can help CI.
I suppose there's no point in arguing, is there?
No, none at all.
Hey, Margaret. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay? Now, you said all that you saw was the mask that the man was wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to get Senior Constable Stewart to show you a mask. And can you tell me if that's the one you saw?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.